Hello friends, welcome to all. Myself Vishal Jogidas. Today we will discuss about split phase induction motor and this topic is covered in the subject of electrical machines too. In the previous video we have seen single phase induction motor. It means the construction of single phase induction motor. What are the parts of a single phase induction motor? So we have seen that there are two main parts. One is stator and another one is rotor. So rotor is generally squirrel cage type is rotor is used, and stator is also used in this case. It means it is construction is somewhat same as three phase induction motors, and we have already discussed about three phase induction motors in our chapter regarding three phase induction motor. So today we will see split phase induction motor, and it is also a type of single phase motor. Introduction. As the name suggests, these motors are used on single phase supply. Single phase motors are the most familiar of all electric motors. See, single phase motors are most familiar. Why? Because they are extensively used in home applications, shops, offices, etc. See, if we're talking about home applications, then there are washing machines, electric fans, then so many other applications are also for home. In a shop, there are also some applications. So it is most familiar of all electric motors. It is true that single phase motors are less efficient substitute for three phase motors, but three phase power is normally not available except in large commercial and industrial establishments. So we know that three phase power is not available in at home. So in some places, if three phase power is available, then we have to use three phase motors, because efficiency of three phase induction motor is more as compared to single phase motors. Since electric power was originally generated and distributed for lighting only, billions of homes were given single phase supply. So we know that millions of homes were given single phase supply, so it is used for lighting purpose only. So this led to the development of single phase motors. So due to this, there is a requirement of single phase motors, because most of the homes and offices there are only single phase supply. So we have to due to this there is a requirement of single phase induction motor. Even where three phase mains are present, the single phase supply may be obtained by using one of the three lines and the net neutral. So if the three phase supply is present, in fact a three phase 4-wire system is present, the single phase supply may be obtained by using one of the three phase lines. It means from RYB we can select any phase and the neutral. So in this chapter we will focus our attention on the construction, working and characteristics of commonly used single phase motors. Now, types of single phase motors. Single phase motors are generally built in the fractional horsepower range and may be classified into the following four basic types. See, it is a fractional horsepower motor. It means for small power it is used. We will see different types. One is single phase induction motors. So types of single phase induction motors are: one is split phase motor, another one is capacitor type motor, and next one is shaded pole type motor. So we will discuss all these type of motors in this chapter, but in this video we will see split phase type one type only, and that is split phase type. Next one is AC series motor or universal motor. We will see this motor also. Another one is repulsion motors. Repulsion start induction run motor and repulsion induction motor. So there are two types of repulsion motors are there. Another one is synchronous motors. In this case there are two types: reluctance motor and hysteresis motor. So this is the classification of single phase motors. Now making single phase induction motor self starting. See, in a previous video we have seen double field revolving theory. So in this case we have realized that there is no revolving magnetic field in a single phase induction motor. So single phase induction motor is not self starting. So how can we make the single phase motor self starting? This is the question. The single phase induction motor is not self starting and it is undesirable to resort to mechanical spinning of the shaft or pulling a belt to start it. See, we can start the single phase induction motor by external force. If we are moving the pulley externally, then the motor will start in that direction. If we move the shaft of single phase induction motor on clockwise direction, then motor will be start in clockwise direction. But this method is not desirable. To make a single phase induction motor self starting, we should somehow produce a revolving stator magnetic field. If we have to make this self starting, then we have to produce revolving magnetic field, just like a three phase induction motor. This may be achieved by converting a single phase supply into two phase supply through the use of an additional winding. See, in place of single phase we can use two phase winding, and this is done using the additional winding. When the motor attains sufficient speed, the starting means may be removed depending upon the type of motor. So in this figure here we can see one is starting winding and one is main winding. So whenever the motor attains the speed, almost 60 to 70% speed is achieved, then we can remove the starting winding from the motor, and this can be done using different ways. As a matter of fact, single phase induction motors are classified and named according to the method employed to make self starting. So there are different methods we can use for making the single phase motors self starting, and among all these method, one method is split phase induction motor. So the stator of a split phase induction motor is provided with an auxiliary or starting winding S in addition to the main or running winding M. Okay, so there are two windings. One is starting winding S and another one is main winding or running winding, and call it M. The starting winding is located 90-degree electrical from the main winding. So we can see this in this figure. Okay, so this one is starting winding and this one is running winding. And we can see there is a 90-degree difference. And it will operates only during the brief period when the motor starts up. The two windings are so designed that the starting winding S has a high resistance and relatively small reactance. See, this thing we have to keep in mind that in a starting winding has a high resistance and relatively small reactance, while the main winding M or running winding M has relatively low resistance and large reactance as shown in the schematic connections. So we can see in this case also, here is the main winding and here we can see starting winding. In the center it is a rotor and one centrifugal switch is placed in series with starting winding. Here we can see centrifugal switch. So consequently the current flowing in two windings have reasonable phase difference. It means 25 to 30 degree as shown in the phasor diagram. We can see this in a phasor diagram. Okay, so there is a phase difference of alpha in between these two currents, and we can take it a resultant of these two currents and it will be the current I. Now what is the operation or working of a split phase induction motor? When the two stator windings are energized from a single phase supply, the main winding carries current Im while the starting winding carries current Is. Okay, here we can see that the current in a starting winding is Is flows in this direction, and current of main winding is Im is flows in this direction. And here in phasor diagram also we can see here is Im and here is Is. Since main winding is made by lightly inductive while the starting winding highly resistive, that we have already seen, the currents Im and Is have a reasonable phase angle of 25 to 30 degree between them, and that can be shown on phasor diagram, so that we have already seen. Consequently, a weak revolving field approximating to that of a two-phase machine is produced, which starts the motor. Now, due to this two winding, there is a revolving field is producing, and this will start the motor. What will be the starting torque? It is given by Ts is equal to K into Im into Is into sine alpha. So this is the equation of starting torque of this split phase motor, where K is a constant whose magnitude depends upon the design of the motor. Okay, so magnitude of this K is depends on the design of motor. Now when the motor reaches about 75% of synchronous speed, the centrifugal switch opens and it will open the circuit of the starting winding. Here we can see in this figure, here is a centrifugal switch. So whenever the up to 70 to 75% speed is reached, 75% of synchronous speed is reached, at that time this centrifugal switch will open and this starting winding will be removed from the circuit. The motor then operates as a single phase induction motor and continues to accelerate till it reaches the normal speed. See, whenever the centrifugal switch is not open, at that time the motor will run as two phase motors. But whenever the centrifugal switch opens, at that time the motor will run as a normal single phase motor, and it will attain full speed, it means full synchronous speed, near to synchronous speed in a single phase. The normal speed of the motor is below the synchronous speed and depends upon the load on the motor. So normal speed will be slightly less than the synchronous speed, and it is also depends on load. It means mechanical load on the motor. If the load is high, then speed may be low. So this is the operation how the single phase motor can be make self starting. And now we will discuss about characteristics. The running torque is 1.5 to 2 times the full load torque. Mid current is 6 to 8 times the full load current. See, starting torque of this motor is 1.5 to 2 times full load torque, and the current will be 6 to 8 times the full load current. It is somewhat similar to the 3-phase induction motor. Due to their low cost, split phase induction motors are most popular single phase motors in the market. See, cost of this split phase motor is less. Due to this, it is more famous in a commercial market. Since the starting winding is made of fine wire, the current density is high and the winding heats up quickly. So starting winding is made of fine wire, and due to this current density is high and winding heats up quickly. If the starting period exceeds 5 seconds, the winding may burn out unless the motor is protected by burn-in thermal relay. So if the design of motor is such that the centrifugal switch will open up to 5 seconds, then it will run safely. Otherwise there may be burnout. So there is a burn-in protection relay. We can place burn-in protection relay due to the protect the burn-in protection. This motor is therefore suitable where starting periods are not frequent. So this is the way where we can use single phase motors. Now, an important characteristics of these motors is that they are essentially constant speed motors. The speed variation is 2 to 5% from the full load to the no load to the full load torque. No load to full load. It means it may vary from up to 5%. So it is almost we can consider as a constant speed machine. These motors are suitable where a moderate starting torque is required and where starting periods are infrequent. For example, to drive fans, washing machines, oil burners, then small machine tools, etc. So we know that starting torque is almost 1.5 to 2 times the full load torque. It means it is a moderate. Starting torque is moderate. So we can use this motor for some special applications like fans, then washing machines and oil burners, small machines, machine tools. All these applications are ideal for this case. The power rating of such motors generally lies between 60 watt to 250 watt. So power rating is also less for these single phase motors. So this is the small motor we can use at home, offices or for some small commercial uses. Thank you.